I hate crime. Into my office walk all sorts of people. I break them up into two categories. Men and...
Good morning.
Good morning. Come in.
You're a private detective?
That's what it says on the door.
For a moment, I thought I was in the wrong office.
Don't I look like a private detective?
Vaguely.
Won't you, sit down, Miss,
Wilson. Lillian Wilson.
She said it as though I should be impressed. And I was. Lillian Wilson was a musical comedy actress, and she'd just arrived from England. But that wasn't the only thing that impressed me. Despite her cold English exterior, I took a good long look when she accepted my offer of a chair. She crossed her legs with the movement of an expert. Even Santa Claus couldn't have done a better job of filling stockings. She had honey blonde hair, blue eyes, soft lips. And boy, the tailor-made suit she wore had a real job to do. But there was that cold, brittle English voice.
That private eye of yours is becoming a bit too personal.
Oh, sorry. What can I do for you?
They tell me that you hate crime.
That's right.
It's a very nice catchphrase. A very good advertising plug.
That doesn't happen to be what I use it for.
Come now, Mr. Kent, I'm a prospective client, not a newspaper reporter.
The door, Miss Wilson, is right behind you.
I thought Americans were born with a sense of humor.
What is it you want?
Well, I did contemplate hiring you.
Oh, did you now? I'll have to know what's on your mind first.
You mean you pick and choose?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. You only take the simple cases.
I don't take the phony cases.
Do you mean to suggest...
I never suggest. I'm not subtle enough. The door is still behind you, Miss Wilson.
Why, you typical American.
Oh, thanks. The door hasn't moved.
I've a good mind to...
To what, sweetheart?
What are your fees, Mr. Kent?
£10 a day, plus expenses.
Whether you get results or not?
I usually get results.
Are you a gambling man?
Sometimes.
Then I'll make a deal with you. £300 or nothing.
For doing what?
I had a diamond necklace worth £6,000. It was stolen from my suite at the National Hotel this morning.
Why don't you report it to the cops?
Because I want the necklace back as soon as possible. It has a great sentimental value.
£300, huh?
Yes. And very easy money, judging by the opinion you have of yourself.
I'll take that proposition, Miss Wilson. She pulled a photo from her purse. It was a shot of a necklace. 10 diamonds in all. Each one big enough to start a panic in the chorus line of any nightclub.
Americans have been boasting since the Revolutionary War, Mr. Kent. Let's see what you can do about this.
We won that war, remember?
Yes. You never give us a chance to forget.
She left. I felt like starting the Revolutionary War all over again, just her and me. Instead, I let her go. And went to see a guy. A guy who could have written a who's who and what's what of the underworld. My rat-faced information bureau, Bluey Porter.
G'day. Well, what can I do for you, Kent?
Ever heard of Lillian Wilson?
Yeah. Ain't she the classy musical comedy piece?
Yeah. Somebody lifted 10 ice cubes from her suite at the National Hotel.
What, a bracelet?
No, necklace. Here. Here's a picture of it.
Shucks. Oh, yeah. Ain't that a nice bit of stuff, that, eh?
Yeah. Find out who's got it.
Eh? Oh, now break it down. Can't break it down.
You know every fence and lift artist in the business. Ask some discreet questions. Then tell me the one answer that counts, or I whisper something into the ear of Inspector Daniels.
Oh, gee, Kent, you wouldn't do that.
Not so long as you cooperate.
Oh, Kent, look, all the things I've done for you, I thought we were such good friends, Kent.
Oh, in a minute I'll be crying. Get to work, Bluey.
Okay, well, as long as you're forcing me into this, how about some, incentive pay, eh?
50 for the right answer.
Eh?
Plus the usual for your trouble.
Ah, okay.
Off he went to visit some dives where a good pair of ears could pick up a lot of information. There are certain places in Sydney where you can buy anything from a cigarette lighter to a Rolls Royce. Second hand, of course. Well, after leaving Bluey, there was nothing further to do for the time being, so I washed, shaved, and changed. Then I went along to the Paradise Club. It's a place where theatrical characters go, those who are working, I mean. That's why I expected her to be there.
Is this where you do your work?
Well. Hello, Miss Wilson.
Have you given up the job so soon?
Nope.
I hardly think the necklace will walk in here.
Nope. I've got my methods. Yeah, I'd love to dance.
Why, you...
Don't struggle. You can't have a scene in here. Not a dignified person like you.
Americans are just about the brashest people I've...
Now, just smile. After all, you walked over to my table.
It was the second mistake I made today. The first was when I walked into your office.
You danced beautifully. Oh, my foot.
So sorry.
That's okay. Anything for the sake of an experiment.
An experiment in how not to behave?
No, a different one. But I was wrong. You're not as cold as I first thought. You're even colder.
Why, you impertinent?
It was the first real rise I'd gotten out of her, and I enjoyed it. But I wanted more. I wanted to get that necklace and drop it in her beautiful lap. In my apartment hours later, I rehearsed what I'd say. I just had a good line when... Coming.
G'day, Ken.
Bluey, come in.
Yeah,
What happened?
Well, I've been all over town, nothing doing.
You've got no idea of what happened to the necklace?
Nah, ain't a whisper.
And no chance of one?
No, don't look like it either.
Have you been to all your contacts?
Yeah, every one of them.
I see. Thanks, Bluey.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I guess I'll be going. Good night, Ken.
Good night. Oh, wait a minute, Bluey.
Yeah? Hey, what's you gonna close that door for?
I'm locking it, too.
Yeah? What's the idea?
For the first time since I've known you, Bluey, dear, you forgot to put your hand out for a $5.
Oh, that, well, I reckon you'd give it to me sooner or later, Ken. We've been working together so long that
It's just not natural, Bluey.
Well, I thought maybe, you're a bit light, like...
Oh, now you're getting kind-hearted.
Well, it's just like I said. Hey, Ken. Oh, gee, what's that for?
What did you find out about that necklace?
Oh, nothing. Look, cross me up, and I hope to die. Look, I don't know nothing. Honest, I don't.
About 8 months ago, we had a bit of trouble. Remember how I got the truth out of you then?
Now, wait a minute. Don't hit me, Ken.
Who paid you off? Who did you see? Who did you talk to?
Now, look, now, wait a minute. Fair thing, must like this, see?
No stories, Bluey. Who was it?
Now, wait a minute, please, Ken. Look, Look, I'm a bloke just like you. See, you and me.
I'm closing my fist this time,
No,
Louis.
no, wait a
Who
minute,
was
wait
it,
a
you
minute.
dirty little rat?
Now, wait a minute. Don't hit me.
Who? Okay.
No, that's all right. I'll talk.
Then start.
Well, look, it was Smithy the fence.
I got the story out of him. He'd found out that Smithy had some hot rocks to sell. Knowing that Smithy was even weaker than himself, he'd seen a way to get more than I offered.
Yeah, Smithy gave me 100 to keep my mouth shut. See, I was about to get 100 more when the necklace was sold.
Okay, now get out of here, keep your lips zipped, and don't move 6 inches till I say you can.
Yeah, good out, Kent, good out.
I knew where Smithy operated from. A room in Paddington. I gave him the same treatment I'd given Bluey.
All right. I got it.
Then produce.
Yeah, sure. In my safe, in the back room.
He got the necklace, and I slipped it in my pocket. Then I asked him how he'd managed to come by the rocks in the first place.
I read about Lillian Wilson arriving here, and I knew about the necklace.
Who did the job?
I did it myself. It was easy.
Yeah, that's how I had it figured. It was easy. Too easy. I had a feeling there was something wrong somewhere. Maybe that's why I didn't turn in Bluey and Smithy. Instead, I went to Lillian Wilson's suite at the National Hotel.
Mr. Kent,
Still up, I see.
what do you want?
300. For this.
Why? Franklin, come here.
The guy called Franklin was in a dinner jacket and he was holding onto a cocktail. He was bald, short, had a paunch, and a pink face.
Why, it's your necklace, Lillian.
All 10 stones of it.
Where did you get it?
Our bargain was 300, no questions.
Yes, but Franklin, look at the catch, the settings. Who are you trying to fool, Mr. Kent?
What are you trying to put over?
This is not my necklace.
What?
Are you sure, Lillian?
Positive, I'd know my necklace anywhere.
Oh, but who is this young man?
A private detective.
And who are you, Tarzan?
Franklin P. Sherman, if it's any of your business.
My producer, Mr. Kent.
Oh, just what is your game?
I was hired to get Miss Wilson's necklace back.
Uh-huh, and you were prepared to accept her reward for this paste imitation, eh?
How do I know it's paste?
If it's not, you may sell it, Mr. Kent. Here, with my compliments. And now, goodbye.
Not goodbye, sweetheart. I'll be back. So have that 300 ready. After I left Lillian Wilson's place, I woke up a jeweler friend and found out that the necklace was a fake. Then I drove to Smithy's joint. He didn't answer my knock, so I used skeleton keys. He wasn't in his room, nor was any of his clothes. In short, he was gone. So, out to Bluey's place. As I reached the landing, his door opened. He stood there with a scared look on his face and a bag in each hand.
G'day, Kent.
Where are you going, boy?
Well, I
Get back in there.
No, Kent, just wait a minute.
Holiday trip?
Well, look, now wait a minute. Now, look, I told you all I know, fair.
But you left something out, didn't you? What made you decide to blow town?
Well, because I didn't want Smithy coming after me.
Drop it. Smithy went into smoke and you're following.
Went into smoke?
Come on, Bluey, don't make me go into the same routine again. I skinned my knuckles last time.
Now, look, this help me. Look, I don't.
You're asking for it. Hold your chin out now.
No, look. Now, wait a minute, I'll tell you.
Shoot, quick.
Well, Smithy told me to lay low and he'd send me another 100 quid.
Where?
GPO, Newcastle.
Then you told him that I hired you, huh?
Yeah.
And he had the paste ready when I called. I don't get it.
It's the real truth this time, Kent. Fair dinkum. No, you ain't gonna hit me no more, are you?
Not if you behave, you little rat.
Look, I'll do anything you say.
Then unpack those bags and stick around this time. If you
I
don't...
will. Don't worry, I will.
I went home and had some shut-eye. In the morning, I had a talk with a friend in the theatrical rat race.
Frank Sherman. Oh, yes, he's been around show business for a long time.
How does he stand financially?
Oh, well, he has his ups and downs like any of us.
But how is he right now?
He should be doing fine. After all, they brought Lillian Wilson out here with a new show. It's a musical comedy about Scotland Yard.
Yeah. Is he backing that show?
Yeah, completely on his own. It was in the newspaper.
Yeah, I read it, but I wanted to make sure. I'm still not sure, so do me a favor, will you, Bill?
I'd be glad to if I can.
Phone Sherman and ask him if he could use an investment of $2,000 in the show.
What?
Say you've got a guy who's interested in putting up the money.
But what do I do if Sherman says all right?
Well, you can always say your friend changed his mind.
Look here, what's this all about, Larry?
A hot necklace and a cold dame. Phone him, will you?
All right, anything for a friend. Let's see, he should be at the theater now. Yes, they're rehearsing.
Bill dialed a number and waited. Then he asked for Sherman, said it was important, and waited again. Finally, he was talking about his pal with a few thousand, and Franklin P. Sherman was answering.
2,000, Yes, I think we can place that.
Good. I'll let my friend know.
Give me his number and I'll call him up myself.
Well, he's out of town right now. Won't be back till the day after tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yes, I'll get in touch with you then.
That's all right. What time?
Oh, in the afternoon, perhaps?
Wait, I tell you what, I'll phone you in the morning just in case.
Fine. Well, goodbye, Frank, and thank you.
Goodbye.
Well, he seemed anxious, Larry.
Yeah. And if he's anxious for money now, a few days ago it must have been even worse. Thanks, Bill.
Forget it. Just let me know when you want me to lie to some other people.
After I left Bill's place, I paid a return visit to Bluey Porter. It led to another phone call.
Who's this speaking?
Louis Porter's my name.
What do you want?
I work for Smith.
Smithy?
Yeah, that necklace deal.
What you talking about?
There was an imitation necklace and the real thing, and there was some money, too.
You must have got the wrong party.
Now, wait a minute. Cut the stall. Cut the stall. I didn't get enough from Smithy, so I want to talk. Tonight.
Look here.
8 o'clock at the Pink Slipper, and I'll be wearing me blue bow tie. You'll be there. Or else. Well, what next, Kent?
Nothing until 8. Then you be at the Pink Slipper to meet Sherman, or else.
Well, what do? I mean, you know, what do I say?
I'll do the talking when I arrive. Until then, stall him. Talk about anything. Recite the Gettysburg Address if you want to.
I don't know his address, but okay.
I left Bluey and spent some time waiting for Lillian Wilson. A few minutes after she entered the hotel, I followed.
Not you again.
I'm glad to see you, too.
Whatever it is you want, make it quick.
I like to take my time.
Well, I haven't got any time.
Just a second.
You can't force your way in here. I'll call the manager.
Relax. All I want to do is take you to the guy who took your necklace.
Oh. Are you sure this time?
Yep. Ready to go?
After I make a phone call. Where are we going?
A nice, dignified joint. The Pink Slipper. The Pink Slipper is where you don't take your wife. It's full of tired-looking old women, younger ones with the wrong slant, and a lot of guys who should have their heads examined. It was just on 8 when we arrived. Bluey was there, and so was Sherman. I steered Lillian over to their table.
Franklin.
Lillian!
And Bluey Porter, including me, a very lovely foursome.
And where's the man who took my necklace?
You're looking at him. Franklin P. Sherman, your angel and producer.
This is really funny.
You've got a great sense of humor.
I hope you have, Mr. Kent. Look behind you. Go on, by the door.
Photographers.
And newspaper reporters.
What are they here for?
To photograph you at my signal.
What?
You see, Franklin and I arranged the robbery of my necklace.
Arranged it?
As a publicity stunt.
I don't get it.
We gave a paste imitation to a man known as Smithy. Then I hired you.
But why the newspaper boy?
I phoned them from my apartment. Our show is a satire on Scotland Yard, so what better publicity than to fool a famous private detective?
Why, you cheap...
Smile pretty, Mr. Kent. All right, boys.
A dozen flashbulbs exploded, and then the reporters were chattering all over the place. I felt like slugging Lillian Wilson. But then I saw something that did make me smile pretty for my picture. It was a slightly worried look on Sherman's face. The next morning, the newspaper boys made a monkey out of me. I laughed. There was still a big grin on my pan that night when Lillian opened the door for me.
Mr. Kent! Mr. Kent! My necklace!
I know, it's really gone.
Just how much more do you know, Mr. Kent?
Well, I'm glad you're here, Franklin, old boy. Now we can all talk.
You took my necklace. You were determined to get that £300.
Don't get excited. Franklin here is still the boy.
You took it. You're the one.
If you shut him up, I'll talk.
Don't listen to this.
Quiet, Franklin. Let him talk.
Yes, but I tell
Quiet.
you, my dear,
All right, Mr. Kent. Let's hear your fairy tale.
Is he backing your show?
That was one of the terms under which I came to Australia.
Has he got enough money?
More than enough.
Then why did you jump at the chance to get $2,000 for the show yesterday?
It's a lie.
I can prove it isn't. Here. Miss Wilson, a statement signed by Bill Slattery, a theatrical agent.
It's a forgery. Don't believe him.
Is this genuine?
You can find out by phoning Bill.
But that doesn't prove anything.
Oh, be quiet, Franklin. Go on, Mr. Kent.
Franklin here gave the real necklace to Smithy, who was to cash in and split, but he skipped.
Oh, it's a lie.
You made a bad choice with Smithy, Sherman. He's well known to the cops, and he'll squeak as soon as they find him.
Lillian, don't believe any of this,
Go
my
on,
dear.
Mr. Kent.
Your boyfriend had a worried look last night, worried because Smithy hadn't contacted him. And he won't, because if I know him, he's sold the necklace and is now blind drunk somewhere.
Lillian,
You're
my dear,
frightened, Franklin. You're shivering with fright.
No, I'm
You
not.
said you had plenty of money. You said not to worry.
But I have got the money.
He didn't have a dime. He figured he'd make a fortune on your name.
That's not true.
We'll find out.
Don't go near that phone.
Easy, boy. You'll rumple the sleeve of this coat.
Don't touch that phone or...
Okay. I'll, phone the cops now, Miss Wilson.
That was a very nice punch.
She said no more. Just sat there and looked thoughtful. When Sherman showed signs of coming around once, she hit him with a shoe. Then the cops were there, taking down all particulars. They found Smithy in Rockhampton, and he was drunk, but not too drunk to talk. He and Sherman got the hoosgow, Bluey got a tongue lashing, and finally Lillian got her necklace back. Me? Well, a couple of days later at my apartment...
Mr. Kent.
Hello.
All I can say is, I'm sorry.
Looking at you in that evening gown, all I can say is, forget it.
I've got something for you.
Oh? What?
The 300 I promised.
Oh. Thanks.
You said I was cold.
So I did.
I'm not really, Larry.
Cold. With a dame like Lillian, you could wear a Panama suit in Siberia. Good night.